Yeah, it's coming near the end of spring break, so I got to go back to work on Monday. But I only have about 10 more weeks left. So it'll go fast, and I estimate that I miss fully 1/4 of the school year if I have decent attendance until the end of the year. Be about 1/4 of the school year. So that's not good, but I am on the mend. I plan to take my bike out tomorrow, weather permitting, so we'll see what happens. Tomorrow is the end of the month, and it's Easter, and Easter falls on different days depending. I guess I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to go there because I don't feel like looking it up, but it's different every year. And it seems like in recent years it's been April, typically sometime in April. But anyway, it's everything's pretty much closed and all this. But it's also so-called the Trans Day of Invisibility. I wish. It's International Day of whatever visibility. I don't know what the hell it's called. It's like every stinking day of the year we got to pay attention to them. And that's the last thing we need. If they're going to practice their kink, they need to do it at home. And I'm talking about the dudes. If they're going to do it. But anyway, old Biden made an announcement because, it's typical politicking, and he's throwing a bone to him. I don't think the Democrats are any more enthused about this shit than anybody else. Let's be honest, because their Equality Act didn't go anywhere, and it never will. All the little shit, although Biden has pulled some crap with Title IX and stuff as of late, but basically not much is going on this front. And I shouldn't say that, because there are stories, and there are some tragedies, like with that Next Benedict, and all that stuff that happened with her, and or Dagny Benedict. And then there's been various things that have gone on, but I tried to avoid it anymore, because there's not much you could say about it. And as I mentioned before, eventually this thing's going to be off limits to minors. The fad, and it's been mostly a fad, aided and abetted by social media and the general media. And it's kind of hit its peak. And I have maintained that the thing that really has broken the back of it is Dobbs. And why do I say Dobbs? Because, well, everybody knows anyway, but it pretty much made it stark that we all know what a woman is. We all know. And Dobbs is going to be the thing that's going to have get Biden reelected. Warts and all, he's going to get reelected. And you damn right I'm voting for him, because Trump is absolutely not acceptable under any manner, shape, or form. And I'm sure as hell not voting for those crackpots. And the only way that Biden would be defeated is if enough damn fools vote third party. Forget that shit. So anyway, Biden did this proclamation, and it just, it's always been on March 31st. But, there's these fakers, that damn grifter who calls himself Matt Walsh. He threw a fake hissy fit, and he knew damn better than to do that, to think that Biden just rigged it just rigged that proclamation to coincide with Easter, as if one had anything to do with the other. This AGP Day of Remembrance, or whatever the hell, whatever it is, tomorrow, it's been on March 31st all the time, ever since they started doing it. And so it has nothing to do with Easter. Absolutely nothing to do with it. And besides, anyway, you could go and argue that Easter isn't really Christian, it's pagan. But what a phony. What a damn phony that Matt Walsh was. I thought, you idiot. All you have to do is a damn Google search. And you can find that that Day of Remembrance has been around too damn often. Okay. Anyway, and then I saw this. Where the hell is it? Oh. Old Jenner. He joined in with the rest of them. And he thinks he has some clout here because he cross-dresses and apparently is proud of it. And he wrote here on X or Twitter or whatever you call it. He said, I'm absolutely disgusted that Joe Biden has declared the most holy of holy days, a self-proclaimed devout Catholic, as Transgender Day of Visibility. The only thing you should be declaring on this day is that he is risen. So says him, Jenner. And then Olbermann, I have to really note this. It's always March 31st, you flaming asshole. That's rich in interpretation. So a lot of them are saying, oh, Keith is a transphobe, whether or not it's sarcastic. And others are saying, oh, he's homophobic. Yeah, whatever. But I thought, that is really rich. But anyway, it's nothing. March 31st, this Day of Visibility or whatever the hell it is, it has nothing to do with Easter. So what the hell? And I just as soon make it a day of invisibility for them. If they would just stay home and do whatever and just stay out of the public sphere for one snake a day, that would be great. And then, and I'm not 100% clear. Well, of course, sports. Now women are being unhappy because they're being told to lose gracefully to men in sports. This shit shouldn't be tolerated. You know, the more these dumbass athletic outfits and stuff cater to this stuff, the more irrelevant they get. And there is no such thing as a trans student. They're cheaters. Cheating is not acceptable. Sorry. It isn't anything about what they call themselves or how they dress or whatever. They're cheaters. So women are supposed to sit back and take it. That's their advice here. So there was that. And then this damn thing. And they won't say in this article, and this was from the Telegraph, and it was reprinted because it's pay to play, you know, and then Yahoo put it in, but there was fear about parents fearing for girls' safety, and I don't know if this is the same damn thing. But they have 5 of these men that were permitted to compete on the women's team. How the hell is this even allowed? And then they were being coerced, supposedly. Rival teams were warned that forfeiting games against the Bats would result in disciplinary action and could even be viewed as an act of discrimination. Well, I think what that team is doing is committing discrimination by putting men in there to cheat on a women's team and denying women spots on those teams. so they could play fairly. And is this the guy? I'm wondering. The same meeting included accusations that a 6'2" 14-stone bats player had once broken the leg of 5'6", 9.5-stone opponent in 2 places, and claims that 24 of the injured player's teammates had quit because they did not want to face the alphabet soup side. Is this the same damn person? I don't know if it is, because they won't say. They won't say who it is. If that's Riley J. Dennis. And I'll mention a little bit about Riley J. Dennis. I don't know if that is the team that he's on. For sure, because they don't say here. Anyway, he used to have a YouTube channel. I guess he still does, but he quit putting content in because he followed his fiance to Australia. So he was cheating in these sports. And anyway, he used to give a lot of stupid damn stuff, videos, like he was pretending like he was some kind of feminist or something. Everyday Meninism is what they used to call that, everyday feminism publication. and he also would appear on his YouTube channel, and and I wish she'd come back and have her channel again, but the YouTuber who was called Man Cheese used to do videos of him, about him, and they were hilarious. And I'll never forget when she talked about his Adam's apple poking her eye out, because it was so prominent. So I don't know. They don't say who it is, who this guy is, but it would sound like that may be Riley J. Dennis that they're talking about there. Where the hell is that? Yeah, there was the Glenner update. Yeah, it says here in Australia, this was from a year ago, and this was reprinted from Redux. An Australian amateur football league is receiving backlash from parents and players who are voicing frustrations after learning that a man who identifies as a woman has been dominating the female soccer league and injuring female players. And yeah, it must be, yeah, it says here, New South Wales League One reportedly has 5 trans-identified, or male players, but one player in particular has led the first grade goal kickers table with 7 goals. And it said here, the initial reports from the Daily Mail Australia had chosen not to identify the player, censoring images of him and declining to provide his name. However, Redux can confirm that the player is trans activist YouTuber Riley J. Dennis. So, he's still in the news. Not really in a good way, but he's still in the news. But, yeah, they would not print who it was in this article, but it sounds like it's the same person. But you can't have this. Somebody's going to get killed. Some woman is going to get killed competing with these dudes. And then what happens? But that's my little take on my little comment about tomorrow's festivities. But I just am not going to worry about their visibility. I'm just going to sit home and try to enjoy my last day off before I go back to work again. And I am getting better, but I do have some low back pain and a little bit of burning in my foot. So on that happy note, I'm done.